Boys and girls, it's Terrific Tuesday, March 31st, the last day in March, which is hard to believe. Um, we're soon in April. All right, I just want to go over today's work. A lot of it you're going to see is going to repeat. It's going to seem like a lot, but a lot of it you saw already yesterday. So we'll just go over it again just to make sure that you understand yesterday's assignments and the ones that are going to continue for today. Continue to go to your special websites. The other teachers will contact your families and you to set up a time to Zoom and meet with them. I know that Mrs. Bashir already emailed your families, so her Zoom will be Thursday, April 2nd from 9:30 to 9:45 with all the third graders. I will not have that link. Because Mrs. Bashir is the host, she is giving you that link. So please do not look on our Zoom table for her link because it won't be there. Our Zoom will be at 11 a.m. It is our final reading lesson for Because of Winn-Dixie. So by now, everyone finished reading all the chapters of Because of Winn-Dixie. And in your Zoom session, I put that link for our Zoom today, which I can show you again just in case for those who forget. This is in your social studies folder. So as you can see, I delete the old links, and here's the new link for Tuesday, today, our Zoom link for reading. Today, I know I've been meeting different students, but today I'm going to need to meet with number 1, 19, and 11 today after our lesson. If anyone has a question and they need it to be answered, you can stay on and we'll help you afterwards. However, right now I'm just taking 3 students, and then tomorrow we'll see what the next group of students will be. Continue your questions if you have any. Below for reading, these charts you can keep in your folder. They're great for when you read fiction books. So we had our story elements, a couple with Miss Luciano's reading assignment. You had how does a character change based on feelings, which a lot of you did a great job on that. Thank you for your hard work. And the chart, your anchor chart for what you do as a reader in the beginning, middle, end. So these charts, this will be the last day I post this, so please come back to the blogs if you need to use them or print them out as you wish. And here's a link to print out. I do have one more chart that I thought would be really helpful, and I will show you that closer. Let's see. Okay, so when characters face challenges, we talked about how do they react based of confronting those challenges, and then what character trait do they have based on that. I really like this chart because we did all of these now. So what is the problem, how does your character react, and what character trait does this show you about your character? And that's your theory. So you can look at this. We talked about the patterns based on the character's reactions to these challenges. So you can read through this a little bit carefully, but if you need an organizer just to help you better, if with the free jotting, you can write down your character's name and then talk about the theory and what this shows you about your character. So this is just another organizer that you may use if you need more help with those jots. Today in your reading folder, I also have it here, is session 13. And session 13 you can use with your book club members, and it's about today's reading lesson. So I will go over that with you after our reading lesson today, but it's in there if you want to just take a peek. We're going to learn about the lessons alongside the secondary characters in the story. Keep reading. Today, if you could just read your fiction book for about 20 minutes and leave the 10 minutes to explore some poetry, and I'll show you the resources I have for poetry below. I first wanted to congratulate everyone who's reading on Epic. So far, our class read 267 books, which is fabulous, so thank you for your hard work. We started our poetry unit, and your heart map is due tomorrow. So all of the resources are listed below, and if you need further details, look at yesterday's blog. But today I want you to go over into the seesaw activity, I did not make an activity for you. So what you're going to need to do is to go on Seesaw. You're going to hit the add button, and then it'll bring you to this screen. Then you can take a picture using Seesaw, okay? And using the microphone, you can explain all the different parts of your heart map, just like the third grade teachers did with you. You're going to do that on Seesaw so that I can learn about your heart map. We do have a few that are published, so if you want to take a peek, you can see who already published theirs. So what I would also like you to do, because we're moving to poetry, is to start reading poetry before we start writing our poetry. So here are a bunch of fun, great poetry websites that you can look at. So take a peek, pick a couple of fun poems, family poems, just see what kind of poems are here, and take about 10 minutes to read today just for poetry. And if you have any books at home with poetry, you can read those books as well. Here are the teacher heart maps if you need that, and the heart template if you didn't get to it yesterday. The writing I'm not going to really go over as much because it's been quite some time that it's been on the blog post. So hopefully you have a post that is almost done, and just to show us what you've been doing as a reader with your independent book. Today in math, we are learning our last skill for our area and perimeter unit. We are concluding our unit by Friday, so we need to learn about composite figures. We figured the Khan Academy has some really good videos and descriptions and practice problems to go along with it. I think there's 5 or 6 sections in this area. So the videos and activities are on the left-hand side, and I'll show them to you just in a minute. Just keep in mind there is one section where there are some more challenging composite figures, so just try your best. If you get them wrong, it's okay, but it's a really good way to teach composite figures, so we thought that this would be a great activity for you. Do keep in mind this is going to take you about 20 minutes or so, so have your paper and pencil ready for you to pause and practice and go through all the steps. It looks like this. And as you can see, it starts here. So you watch the video, practice. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activities that Sal Khan will go through with you, or maybe sometimes he has a special guest that will come on. But just look through all of these, and then we'll continue to work on composite figures for the next 2 or 3 days. Continue your reflex. It's due by Friday. Your social studies. So yesterday your photo analysis was due. So we're going to give you now the beliefs, which is our third cultural universal. It's not much, so I'm going to have this due by Wednesday. It is also in your social studies folder, so you can copy each slide and then put it into your e-learning slideshow under social studies with the date. This again is due tomorrow. Okay. If you feel like you want to do more work, we have our economics and cultural arts, which is also down here. I did not put them in your social studies yet because I didn't want to overwhelm you. Your beliefs are in the social studies. Tomorrow, I will add economic and cultural aspects, but all 5 cultural universals will be due Friday before spring break because we want to wrap up this these skills and just these concepts about your 5 cultural universals. Again, if you need to print this out, it just gives you those subtitles if you want it next to you about what includes economics, what includes cultural aspects. So it's a really nice graphic organizer for you to have next to you. Again, no spelling this week. So it sounds like a lot. The few things that are new is the composite figures, the beliefs slide. Everything else is pretty much the same besides your seesaw activity and also just exploring some poetry and finishing up your character studies books with your book clubs. It doesn't mean you can't have another book on board, but we will be focusing mostly on poetry. But keep up your reading, and I'll see you at Zoom at 11 o'clock for a final reading lesson and any other questions that need to follow. Okay, see you soon.